Start with the Mavericks, who are facing the Grizzlies tonight. But, Tim, it sounds like Dallas may be getting some reinforcements here. What you got?
Well, the hope is that Anthony Davis will make his return Saturday against the Wizards.
Okay.
He's been upgraded to doubtful for tonight in Memphis. Now, he's missed a little bit more than a week with that right calf strain. There is some concern internally about rushing back. Remember, he rushed back for his debut in Dallas, played 2 spectacular quarters, and then sat out 6 weeks after aggravating the adductor injury.
Okay, so some optimism that Anthony Davis could come back, but maybe conversations still happening within the organization. Tim, thank you so very much. Since it's the NBA Cup night, let's take a look at some more news from around the league with our reporters. We're going to welcome in our Jamal Collier, who tonight is covering the Milwaukee Bucks game. Jamal, what are you watching in this one?
Well, the Bulls have been off to such a fast start, Malika. And Miles Buzelis told me this morning that it's not magic. It's something that they've been building and working toward since the start of last year's training camp. When they committed to playing faster, playing more unselfish, built on ball movement. Had to make personnel changes, right? Getting Josh Giddey in, getting players who fit that style. But the biggest thing for this Bulls team, as Billy Donovan said, is last year we started racing up and down the floor and playing with pace. But this year has been about physicality, being more, not shying away from contact. And you've seen the players just get a lot more comfortable in that style. They really are playing to an identity, and it's led to this really fast start for this Bulls team tonight.
It's been certainly fun to watch them, Jamal. Thank you. I want to welcome in our Young Masuk now, who's in Orlando for this game. Let's check in on the Magic here. 3-5 is not necessarily the start that they were hoping for when they acquired Desmond Bane this summer. What are they saying about this start to the season?
Malika, Orlando went all in this summer on Desmond Bane, if you remember, giving up 4 unprotected first-round picks and a pick swap, not to mention Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and Cole Anthony for Desmond Bane, and he is shooting under 30% from 3. They are off to a slow start, but Bane said he told Jeff Weltman, hey, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if we get off to a little bit of a rocky start. And the reason why is everybody is trying to learn a little bit of a new way to play here in Orlando. Obviously, defense is their identity, but they're also trying to run and play off tempo, which they are doing so far to start the season. But Jamal Mosley wants them to run off of stops so that they can take advantage of their great defense. And sometimes they've lost that identity of defense. They've forgotten about that and try to run. Paolo, Desmond Bane, Franz are also trying to learn each other. And remember, last season, Paolo and Franz and Jalen Suggs only played a total of 97 minutes in 6 games due to injuries. They're all trying to mesh together here early in the season, and so far it's off to a slow start. But Desmond Bane is not worried about his shot. He knows it's going to come soon. And
in the East, maybe they have a little bit more time to figure those things out. Thank you. Finally, I want to check in with Anthony Slater. And Slater, you cover the Golden State Warriors for us primarily, but right now you are in Sacramento, where the Kings are taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder. And you saw something from the Thunder that may intrigue us. What's going on?
Yeah, Jalen Williams is behind me right now, wrapping up a decent intensity workout, I'd say, and that's notable because about a week ago, the Thunder announced he had a screw removed from his wrist that obviously he's coming back from, and he's still, announced out for at least about another week. But it's notable that he's out here, he's working out with pretty good intensity.
Full intensity workout or nearing that for Jalen Williams. Certainly, the Thunder have been rolling without him, and they'll be that much more potent when they get J-Dub back into the lineup. All right, let's talk about the Golden State Warriors here, because tonight, Golden State, they missed Steph Curry, they missed Jimmy Butler, they missed Draymond Green in their loss where you're standing right now to the Kings on Wednesday. Tonight they face the Denver Nuggets, but with who? Who's in, who's out?
Yeah, Steph Curry's out. He stayed back in the Bay Area. He's been really sick. This will be a second straight missed game for him. But Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green did make the trip, and the fact that they got on the plane, I think, is notable because that shows an intent to play. Jimmy Butler questionable. He's trying to loosen his back up, which he injured in the Pacers loss recently. And then Draymond Green's probable. It's clear, like I said, him being on the trip shows those two are trying to play, but there is a late addition to the injury report. Al Horford is questionable with foot soreness.
Okay, Al Horford, a late addition now to this injury report that is already piling up here for the Golden State Warriors, who will be without Steph Curry for this game against the Denver Nuggets. Slater, thank you. We always appreciate the time. The Warriors, they have been significantly better, of course, when Steph plays than when he doesn't over the last 6 seasons, as you can see here. So the Warriors, they have a tall task tonight without Steph. They're 1-4 on the road already. Richard, how concerning is this going into their 10th game of the season?
I am not concerned about the Warriors now. I am concerned about if they end up in that
6, 7, 8 spot.
Sure.
If they have a good seed and they are healthy, they can make a serious run. If they put themselves in that tough spot of that 6, 7, 8, and you're going against Denver, you're going against OKC. I know they're confident and they got champions and they believe they can do it, but that's what I worry about now when I see them missing games and guys kind of sliding down. If they're in that spot, that's going to be different.
Well, I mean, we didn't expect Jimmy, Steph, and Draymond, and even Al Horford to play 82 games. I don't even expect them to play close to 70 games, right? But this is now where the stage is set for the young guys and whether if they ready to dance or not. So I'm looking at a Jonathan Kuminga who's having a career year right now, 17.7 rebounds. Moses Moody, he's been playing exceptionally well. You have Pajemski. Like, now is those times where not only do you show it shows up for us your individual numbers, but those numbers got to have results into win.
Well, on the other side, the game that the Nuggets and the Warriors played to start the season, we were on that broadcast.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was awesome. That overtime game, it was absolutely electric. That's when Aaron Gordon had 51 points. They have been quietly dominating the season. It's behind Nikola Jokic, who's averaging a 24, 13, and 12 triple-double for the season. Is that the most impressive part for the Nuggets in this 5-2 start? Well, what are you looking at here, Tim?
I mean, Joker's always the most impressive part about the Nuggets, but he's playing the exact kind of basketball he wants to play. He doesn't want to have to average 30-plus points per game, right? He wants to facilitate. He wants to spread the ball around. He's trusting his teammates. He believes in his teammates. Field goal attempts down, assists up to a league-leading level. I talked to J.J. Barea, new Nuggets assistant coach. He said Joker's the best passer he's ever seen. Mi amigo Jose Juan played with Jason Kidd, played with Luka Doncic. So forget the best passing big man in NBA history. Best passer in the league, bar none right now.
Oh, he's definitely the best passer in the league. I'll push back a little bit on J. Kidd. I'll push back on a little bit. Sorry, big fella. But when I watch Jokic play and all of the things he can do, that's what makes it so difficult. But when their defense is both at an elite level, but then he has more talent. He has more talent around him, so he doesn't have to do more. I think Jamal Murray, while his numbers aren't like through the roof,
but he's had a better start to the season.
He's had a much better start to the season, and he said that he wanted to come in. He worked out, and mind you, he was coming off ACL. He missed multiple years. There were so many things that kind of affected his first few years. So for him to come out and say, I want to have an elite start to the season, and he's doing it, that's one of the things that opens it up for Jokic.
Aaron Gordon been balling. On top of that,
bear down.
Their depth, right? Like their depth. What they added, going back and get Bruce Brown, Valanciunas has been playing exceptionally well in his backup minutes. And then Tim Hardaway Jr., who don't get a lot of credit, and he's been coming in providing that space. And so, again, we're not worried about the Nuggets. They're going to continue to fly under the radar, win games, and we're going to look up in March, for early April, and they're going to be a top four.
Those are the teams that, when we talked about Golden State, how worried are we? I'm worried if Golden State has to play against them in the first round.
Sure.
I'm worried if Golden State has to play against OKC in the first round. If they're not, I'm less worried.
I'm worried about if they got to play Houston.
They're still having to figure out the non-Jokic minute Rubik's Cube a little bit. That's still the thing that's caught for them. But other than that, the Nuggets here doing their thing. Hey, Philly's going retro this weekend, and that inspired Big Perk.